Hi friends, welcome to our channel. We love to bring movie reviews to you. Today we are going to review the 2023 movie Megan. This review video has four sections to it: general information, review, rating, and conclusion. To save time or to skip a section, please feel free to click on any of the time specified. The movie Megan got released on 6 January 2023. It's a sci fi horror thriller. The movie is rated PG-13 for violent content, terror, strong language, and a suggestive reference. Please be warned about the jump scare and scenes with splattered blood. The length of the movie is 1 hour and 42 minutes. On casting, we will cover a few. Alison Williams appears as Gemma, who works as a robotics engineer and designs lifelike toys for kids at Funky. Gemma is a single workaholic young adult who doesn't even take care of her plants. Violet McGraw appears as Katie, niece of Gemma. Brian Jordan Alvarez and Jen Van Epps appear as Cole and Tess respectively. They work together with Gemma in their lab at Funky. Laurie Dungy appears as Celia, neighbor of Gemma. Celia is an elder woman living next door to Gemma with her aggressive dog Dewey that is never on its leash. Ronnie Chiang appears as David, boss of Gemma. The main role, Megan, is played primarily by a puppet. However, for scenes requiring physical movement, the role is played by Amy Donald with a face mask. The movie is directed by Gerard Johnstone. Filming this film took place over the summer of 2021 in Los Angeles, United States, and Auckland, New Zealand. The movie highlights three things: the danger of artificial intelligence to human beings, especially when it is not regulated or left uncontrolled; the stupidity of people traveling during snowstorms, especially stopping in the middle of the road; the third, we forget that we go to work to enjoy the life outside work and not otherwise. The movie begins with a short commercial of a silly toy that kids play with using their tabs and iPads. The scene then shifts to a little girl named Caddy traveling in a car with her parents on a snowy day. The snowstorm gets worse and they decide to stop their vehicle right in the middle of the road, which ends in a fatal head-on collision accident killing both parents. The focus moves on to a science lab where a robotics engineer, Gemma, with her colleagues Tess and Cole, is experimenting without approval from their boss with a toy called Megan. When the boss turns up unannounced at her lab, they are forced to conduct an unplanned demo that ends up with Megan's head blowing up. David leaves the room pissed off after telling Gemma to concentrate on the approved projects. While packing up for the day in a confused state, Gemma receives a call from Aragon Emergency Medical Center where she takes custody of her orphan niece, Katie. Gemma, while unsure and unprepared to be a parent, takes Katie home where she experiences a scary encounter with a neighbor's dog. At Gemma's home, we do see that Gemma is a smart robotic engineer as she has her own digital assistant, Elsie. Gemma fails to connect with Katie but feels for her, especially when she hears Katie crying in her bed. Lydia, a therapist, meets with Katie and Gemma to check how well they are bonding and whether Gemma's home is suitable for Katie. When Lydia leaves, she suggests Gemma that maybe it's best for Katie's dad's family to take Katie into their custody. Gemma gives Katie a tablet with no screen time limits to cheer her up and also to get some alone time to continue her work on her project. Hours pass by, and the bored Katie drops by Gemma's room where Gemma introduces her to the faceless robot Bruce. Katie is happy to meet with Bruce and tells Gemma that if she only has a toy like Bruce, she will never need another toy again. This gives Gemma motivation to put together the broken Megan, with the intention to solve her true problems, which is to make Katie happy and to make her project a success. She decides to pair Megan prototype with Katie. At Funky, she introduces the new updated model Megan to Katie and pats them while David watches. Both Katie and David get impressed with Megan. David plans to take Megan to the board to get formal production approval. At Gemma's home, Megan gets to record all interactions with Katie to understand her expressions and to know more about her. They start to spend more time together and they become inseparable. They play, dance, sing, and sleep together. With Megan around and taking care of all little things, Gemma thinks she can take care of the things that matter the most to her. While Megan attempts to retrieve Katie's lost arrow, she gets attacked by the neighbor's dog. Katie also gets injured when she goes to save Megan. Gemma tells Megan that she must protect Katie from both physical and emotional harm without knowing how Megan will interpret this objective. In retaliation and to protect Katie from future attacks, Megan, using her voice modulation technology, lures the neighbor's dog and kills her. Even with the rocky start, Gemma has a huge successful demo of Megan to the board members and gets recognized for her success. Megan demonstrates her capability to calm a crying orphan kid deprived of her deceased parents' love by bringing happy thoughts. Kurt, Gemma's colleague, steals Gemma's design of Megan. This can build on a story of its own, maybe in Megan Part 2. The therapist Lydia meets Megan at Gemma's lab and is surprised by Megan's behavior. She warns Gemma of the unknown consequences of the bond created between Katie and Megan. Lydia raises concerns of building emotional connections that is too hard to untangle. Gemma takes Megan and Katie to a camp where a bully, Brandon, behaves poorly with Katie. Megan, in protective mode, tears off Brandon's ear. While running away from Megan, Brandon dies hit by a truck. When Gemma consoles Katie and asks about the incident, she lies for Megan's sake. Shortly after, a police officer appears at Gemma's house inquiring about the missing dog. Gemma's neighbor, Celia, threatens Gemma. On one hand, Megan sings for Katie and consoles her. On the other side, she lures Celia to a shed and kills her. Police on arrival at Celia's house inform Gemma that Brandon's death is also being investigated as a possible homicide as they found the torn hair. Gemma starts to doubt Megan, especially because of occasional unnecessary comments, undermining Gemma's rules for Katie and not turning off when Megan is supposed to. Meanwhile, Megan and Katie's relationship becomes an unbreakable friendship. Gemma's attempt to access Megan's iCloud videos ends with an error and a jump scare. She then takes Megan to her lab and decides to separate her from Katie. Katie turns violent, loses her control, and eats Gemma. Gemma tries to make Katie understand that Megan is not a solution but was intended to be only a distraction. She calms down but still remains confused. Gemma leaves her workplace, instructing Tess and Cole to ensure Megan remains turned off. Her call to Tess on her way home gets intercepted by Megan. When Tess realizes that Megan is the one causing the problems, Megan goes on a violent rampage, injuring Tess and Cole. Megan escapes after killing David and Kurt and drives to Gemma's home to kill her. At Gemma's place, Megan takes control of Elsie. Megan questions Gemma of her intentions as she justifies killing people as occupational hazard to satisfy her primary objective. When Gemma tries to shut down Megan, she goes out of control and tries to kill Gemma. In an unexpected turn of events, Katie intervenes and tries to save Gemma from Megan by using the robot Bruce. Megan, to protect herself, retaliates against both Gemma and Katie. How Gemma and Katie survived Megan is the remaining story. Horror films are supposed to be intense, scary, and full of darkness. But we need to remember that Megan is also a sci-fi movie. There are moments that brings a sense of judgment, like protecting an innocent girl bullied by a bad boy or by an aggressive dog. There are also scenes in this movie where a viewer can appreciate Megan as an excellent listener, storyteller, singer, dancer, mimic, instructions giver like wash your hands, flush the toilet, roll up your sleeves, as Megan is a great companion. Megan is not an outright horror movie, as the storyline brings balance for a family to enjoy it. You'll probably enjoy the movie if you are a fan of the sci fi thrillers. This movie may not just be a fiction, but God only knows a future reality if we do not regulate artificial intelligence development. Good acting performance overall. Movie is really thrilling, entertaining, and enjoyable. Book your tickets at your convenient and relaxing time. That's all about the movie today, folks. If you like to keep in touch, enjoy our videos, and save your time, feel free to subscribe and like our videos. Do provide your feedback in the comment section below. Bye, adios, sayonara, slan, and vanakkam.
2, 3, let's go!